Happy holidays, everyone. Yes, Christmas is almost here. And speaking of Christmas, I got a few Christmas jokes. So, first off, do you guys know the 4 stages of Santa Claus in your life? No? Okay, let me give it to you. It's simple. The first stage is when you're born, right? You believe in Santa Claus. The second stage is when you become a teenager and you find out there's no Santa Claus, you no longer believe in Santa Claus. The third stage is when you get older, you dress up as Santa Claus, for the kids and stuff. And the fourth and final stage is when you finally become old and look like Santa Claus himself. Womp, womp, womp. Well, if you didn't like that one, whatever. Why is Christmas just like your job then? You do all the work, and some fat guy with a suit gets all the credit. Come on, that was a good one, guys. Anyway, check it out. Because it's Christmas and the holidays are approaching, I figured I'd share a story with you that I have about my youth, about Christmas, and it's my own little Christmas story, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I was born in Chicago, but I moved to Florida when I was really young. I live in LA now, but when I grew up, most of my family lived in the Chicago area, so we used to have these huge family get-togethers for Christmas in Chicago. We used to go up there and everybody would get together, and it was great. I used to love those days. The house would be filled with all my aunts and uncles and grandparents, cousins, and in-laws. It was an awesome time for me, and those childhood memories, to be honest, are one of the main reasons Christmas is still one of my favorite holidays to this day. It's just good times to me. I like being around family and friends and just really being appreciative of everything that's happened during the year, and it's just a good time. Anyway, I digress. I was around 9 years old, and we were having this huge Christmas party at one of my aunt's houses. Family, friends, and neighbors were all in attendance. The house was packed with ugly Christmas sweaters and drunk parents talking about the good old days. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. But apart from having all my young cousins there was also a bunch of little kids attending this party that I've never even met before. Neighbors had brought their kids, and some family friends had brought their kids as well, so there was a lot of strange faces, and there was a lot of familiar ones. But one of these faces in the group was this hot girl. Well, I was 9, like I said, and she was around 12, but I thought she was the one. I still remember her name to this day, guys. Her name was Yvette. She was a little older than me, like I said, and I think, like I said, she was around 12, but I was a kid on a mission, and I just really wanted to talk to this girl. I wanted to get a kiss before the night was over. I was already throwing game when I was 9 years old. I was ready. Anyhow, with her, there was also another kid there named Kenny, though, and he was the child of one of the family friends attending the party, but he was a bully, a true definition of one. I mean, this guy was just a little terror. He was a bad seed, and, he was already showing signs of also being interested in this girl, Yvette. And needless to say, he saw me getting close to Yvette. He saw me spitting game to her, and that didn't go over well with him. So he started picking on me and belittling me with insults. I took it in stride and kept my focus on what I wanted to do, and that was talk to the girl. I tried not to let him, get me off track. So anyway, later in the night, all the kids were together in one of the bedrooms playing with Hot Wheels. I don't know if you guys remember Hot Wheels and Micro Machines. We were playing with them in the room. There was a little racetrack. And this kid, Kenny, started throwing Hot Wheels at me when I was talking and, kind of giving some game to Yvette there. And he didn't like that, so he started throwing, cars at me. I played it cool, but I started to get really pissed off. Now, remember, at this age, I hadn't been in many fights because my dad always threatened to discipline me if I ever got into a fight. I know he never wanted me to get in trouble at school or get hurt, but, he just didn't want me to fight. But at the same time, he also taught me to defend myself and not let anyone push me around. He was into boxing, so he kind of trained me when I was young, and but I avoided fighting at all costs when I was young. Most of my fights probably came later in my life, in the high school years and college years. But anyway, this dude, Kenny, really started to push my buttons, and he just infuriated me. So after he threw about, I would say, the 10th Hot Wheels car at me, and it hit me right in the head, I lost it. I tightened my fist, man. I walked up to this kid and delivered one hell of a haymaker right square on his nose. And it was funny because he fell back, he smashed against a bookshelf in the room, and just started wailing. I mean, crying, like I just cut off his arm or leg, screaming at the top of his lungs, bloody murder. Parents rushed in. The kid, like I said, he had blood pouring down his nose. My dad came in, and all the kids, of course, pointed at me as the assailant. They were like, it was Ness, it was him right there. My dad immediately grabbed me by the arm, and he started to drag me out of the room. And I remember vividly screaming and yelling, "Dad, you told me to defend myself. You told me." And he kept saying, "Shut up, shut up." And I kept yelling and screaming, and he just covered my mouth before he dragged me outside so I wouldn't say anything else. And everyone, including me, man, thought I was going to go out there and get the whooping of my life. But when I got outside, my dad straightened me up and told me to stop crying. And he looked me straight in my eyes, and he told me, "I'm so proud of you." And of course I was confused, thinking like, what's going on? But then he went on, you know, and just told me that he was really proud of what I did and standing up for myself. And he also told me he knew this Kenny kid was a bully and that I was having problems with him, because I remember mentioning it to my mother. And throughout the night I was having problems with this kid. So he was just really proud of me for sticking up for myself. And I think that was, you know, at the same time I was elated that my dad wasn't going to spank me. I was more happy about that than what I had just done. But thinking back, it was awesome. And nonetheless, to say, it's a Christmas Eve I'll never forget. But for all you guys out there that I know are probably still wondering, did I get that kiss? Well, later on I did get that kiss in the evening. Given it took us playing a game of Truth or Dare with the kids and my cousin kind of hooking me up, daring her to kiss me, but I finally got it. And it was just an awesome Christmas. So you guys out there, you know, I don't know if there's a moral to the story. Of course there is, in the sense that always stick up for yourself. You know, always be the bigger guy if you can. But if you can't, don't be afraid to, you know, throw those fists out just to kind of make a point. Don't let anybody step on you. And that's my little message there. But at the same time, my message is, you guys enjoy your Christmas. Have a good holidays. Be thankful for everything that's in your life, your family, your friends, and all that. And everything else is just a bonus, man. So quick announcements before this ends. I will be doing a AE4 laser assault rifle video later during next week. But you guys, thanks for all your views, all your subscribes, all your likes. I appreciate it all. This is NESSINATOR1, and I'm out.